Hey everyone, it's Monique with Oak Knob Makes, and I am going to be out in the garden today, out in the yard doing some work. I'm going to be spraying some cedar oil around our garden beds to help kill ticks, and also doing a little bit of raking. But I figured everybody seemed to enjoy the yard so much that I would show you guys what it looks like about 3 weeks later, now that everything has really starting to come into its own. I can hear the kitties in the windows upstairs. They can hear me. I also figured I would show you what it looks like when this crazy lady goes out to work in her yard. I am not interested in ticks. They scare the ever-living out of me because of the diseases they bring with them. Dave has already been bitten once this year, and that's why I'll be out here getting with the cedar oil. You have to wait for a time when there's not a lot of rain coming, and that has been almost impossible this spring. So I'm going to get it while the getting's good, but I thought I would show you my get up. Everybody laughs. My mother thinks it's hysterical, but this is how I dress to try to eliminate ticks. So I'm going to show you my what this looks like. So down here, I don't know if you can see, I have my boots because I'm going to be working with water, so I've got my rain slickers. I have my knee-high socks. These are super tight leggings. Normally I have white ones that I wear because it makes it easier to see ticks if they're on you. Over that, I have a little like culottes kind of skirt. My shirt, I have a tank top that is tucked into the leggings. And then over that, I have another white shirt. I always try to wear a white shirt so that I can see the little buggers if they're on me. Okay, so that is my crazy getup, and I'm gonna walk around the yard. As I wander around, I will kind of take some video of some areas. Oh, and also my hair is always either in a bun. Today it's in a tight braid, and then I put something over it so that nothing is getting stuck in my hair, because that's just gross. So we have sprayed up. I use cedar oil spray for around my head to help deal with the what are they called? Black flies, which we are dealing with. We are in black fly season here, which is just awful. They are just evil little things. And then I use Repel 40% DEET on my body, and on my feet I use 100% DEET. Today I'm not using that because I have my tall boots on. But if I have my short boots, I spray with DEET, and I wear tick gaiters on top of my socks, on top of this. This is my yard work outfit. It's hot and uncomfortable in the summertime, but it's something I trade off. And then as soon as I am done outside, I go inside, I strip down, I do a complete tick check on myself, and then I shower. And then I am done in the yard and for the day. I do not, work in the yard, come in, rest, go back out like Dave does that. I'm not doing that. When I'm done, I take a shower and I know I'm good. But he's not as freaked out about them as I am. So to each his own. Okay, I'll take pictures and stuff for you guys as I move around. Okay guys, looking good, huh? You can tell I'm almost at the end of my chores, and I figured while I was out here gonna start making a route around the house to take a little video for you. I would take a minute and visit with the chickens so you guys could meet them. So I'm gonna try to get in here without them getting out. They get a little feisty, so they want to come out, but unfortunately we have a bobcat in the neighborhood. Okay, here we are. Here's all the girls. This lady here with the brown neck, that's Blanche. And that lady there, come here, that's Gilda. Oh, this brown lady here, this is Joni. That black girl over there, that is Bee. Oh no, that is Betty. Rose, really. There is B. Oh, there is That's Gilda, the little white and black speckled girl. This white and black speckled girl is Sophia. And then this lady over here, this little lady, this is Phyllis. Phyllis, what are you doing? They're digging on their waters. Phyllis and Joni, and there's Sophia. Here's the ladies. There is Betty and Bee, or AKA Rose and Dorothy. Those are our black Morans. They lay our really big eggs. Gilda is an Appenzeller Spitzhauben. This little girl right here, Phyllis, she's a a white crested Polish. This brown-necked girl here, that's Blanche. She is a Copper Morans. And I can't remember what Sophia is. Isn't that terrible? And then our brown girl right here, she's a Welsumer. So these are all our girls. Dave dotes on them. He takes care of them. And they have given us hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of eggs so far this year, these 7 little girls. Like I said, we used to have 8. We had a second Welsumer. That was Janice. And Janice was eaten by a bobcat, which was very sad. But anyways, this is their run. This is their coop. You know, they have a light out here. So we will be enclosing basically this whole area all around in another fence that won't have, this is covered, as you can see, there's a roof, that won't have a roof so that they can go out and move around a little bit more. We had intended, hi girls, we hadn't, look at them, they're under there, they like to go under there, that's where they like to do their dirt baths. We had intended to let them free range, and they were free ranging last year because of ticks particularly, and that's when the bobcat made himself known, and then he really stalked them all winter. We kept finding him underneath. Now that is our little barn. We kept finding him underneath the barn. Every time Dave would walk over here, he'd take off out from under the barn. So he was literally just waiting for one of these girls to get out so that he could snack on them. Haven't seen him in a while, but it's harder when we don't have snow, so we can't, you know, track their footprints. But anyways, these are the girls. We have 7. Are they all out? Oh, there's Gilda. So again, Joni, Phyllis, Blanche, Sophia, the little white one over here, Gilda, and then Rose and Dorothy. We have the golden girls, as you can see. Dave interchanges between Dorothy and Rose and Bee and Betty. I don't know what it is. He just calls them whatever it is that comes to his mind. So, but Sophia is always Sophia. And Blanche is always Blanche. So, all right, girls, you be good. No, you're not getting out. I see you trying to get out. I know you want to come out, but you can't come out. They're quick, too. You got to be quick. All right, girls, you be good. Look at how beautiful. Can you see the blue? I don't think you can. The black Morans, when the sun hits them just right, their feathers look blue. All right, I'm going to go walk down towards the berries and kind of give you guys a little quick walking tour of the yard. Okay guys, you'll have to excuse the mowing noise. There's Dave on the tractor, so I'm going to walk you guys around. What a difference a few weeks makes, huh? So I was up there on the deck when I shot that video a couple weeks ago, so I will kind of wander around back here. Here's my forsythia that's done blooming. We actually cut this back. It was huge. It was taking over the deck. This is that bush that I said in the last video was my favorite, the japonica. It's finally filling out. I did obviously get in here and rake out the leaves. This is like a rhododendron slash azalea. Azaleas are rhododendrons, I believe, but it's orange. It's very pretty. Back there is a clematis. It's starting to climb up. And this is the quince in bloom. Isn't it beautiful? They're very pretty flowers. You can see. The bees love them. Okay. We'll come over here And this is another rhododendron. This is some sort of a berry bush. It's not a blueberry, but I don't know. We don't eat it because we don't know what it is. And honestly, our water softener empties out of the side of the house and it gets salty. Down here we have some ground cover. It's called Vinca Bowles. And it's funny because the people we bought the house from, their last name was Bowles. And when we were looking up the Vinca, we were like, oh, well, that makes sense. Back here's just some echinacea, some lilies. This right here is a Russian sage. That thing will be enormous pretty soon. We had planted some strawberries last year and something's eaten them. So there's that. Over here, down along the side of this property, we have more blueberries. Another, I want to say azalea. And Dave put goji berries down here somewhere. I'm not sure where they are. That might be one of them. But anyways, as you come down, this is our berry patch. It starts right here. These are all blackberries. All of these vines, as well as all of those vines. Over to that tree, those are all blackberries. This is Dave's path for the tractor. So we don't do blackberries. I don't like the seeds, and it was such a mess. This entire area was just one giant overgrown bramble when we moved in. You couldn't walk through it. So we took the raspberries that were in the best shape, took them out. Dave broke the ground. We put down wood chips to help cut down on ticks. For those of you who don't know, wood chips are very, very hot and dry, and ticks do not like that. They do not like to cross anything that hot and dry. So Dave has nicely been putting out wood chips so that I will feel more comfortable being around here. So these two rows here and over here, these are all of our raspberries. And they're looking pretty good for as early in the season as we are. At some point we'll be putting up, trellises and stuff so that they can grow up the trellis. And that will make it easy for us to prune. And then over here are our high bush blueberries, which this area got pruned heavily over the past 2 years. So these are much smaller than they were, but they're looking very healthy. We're really happy about them. These are probably a quarter of the size that they were. But I think the first year we were here, we got something like 26 pints of blueberries. Quarts of blueberries. Lasted us 2 years. So when we realized that we were getting 2 years worth of blueberries every year, we decided to start pruning by a third every year. So we knew we would have less blueberries, but it was still enough to get us through. So these are the high bush blueberries over here. And then that in the middle right there, that is also a quince. We'll be moving that at some point. It was the same size as the one at the house, and David cut it down. We weren't sure what it was initially. I'm just going to walk you over to the garden real quick so that you guys can see. I know a lot of you probably don't realize that we have a garden. This is our compost area. And some more blueberries over here. But this is the garden. I'm hoping it's not too washed out for you to see. Dave has been planting all this week. This is our asparagus. We just had our second asparagus meal the other day. Those take 2 years, I think, in the ground. So tomatoes, peppers, cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. We got some pink lettuce over there, Chinese pink, not lettuce, celery. Leeks, fennel. There's corn, beans, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, spinach, and lettuce in here right now. We have 16 tomato plants for sauce, speckled Romas, I believe. And then 3 Muscovich down there for cutting. We've got several bells, bunch of Thai peppers, paprika peppers, the ones you make paprika out of. This huge mound outside the fence, that's our rhubarb. I don't like rhubarb, so I don't cook with it. And Dave doesn't cook. So that goes to waste every year. And Chris is going to come tomorrow and pick some up. I can't walk through here because there's a little fence here. You can't see it, but it's there. This is where Dave has been working to create, basically, they're called Hugel mounds, but it's a terrace. And up there, planted up in there, is our extra cabbages, cauliflowers, broccoli, and corn, I believe. So we're not sure what will happen, but we did fence it in so that the deer can't immediately get in there and eat it. At some point, we will be fencing this whole back area up, you know, around up there. There was Dave has dropped about 30 trees along the road up there. And all of these stone terraces that you see around the garden, all were made with rocks that we took from the garden when we broke the ground. It was rough. There's a lot of rocks. We are called the Granite State for a reason, that's for sure. But yeah, none of that entire rock terrace right there, that didn't exist when we first moved in. As a matter of fact, none of this existed. There was like a couple of railroad ties and some nasty old tires with some plants in them on the ground. So, and like I said, Dave dropped about 30 trees so that we would have enough sunlight to put the garden in. And then all of this all the way up here, I'll show you. It's kind of a wildflower garden. That's kind of what she did with it. But it is just a rock heap, literally. Our house is on the bedrock, and so they had to blast, and this pile is where they put all of the debris. And I think that she took a little bit of dirt here and there and planted like one plant and then just threw wildflower seeds over. This is a low bush blueberry, and it is Dave's favorite blueberry on the property. I'll see him from the window sometimes just sitting out here, just snacking on the blueberries off it. It is loaded this year. Look at this. There's a ton. He's going to be a happy boy. So the phlox is passed over here, but you can see there's phlox all over the yard. This is going to come back, all of this dry gray stuff. That's actually lemon thyme. It smells beautiful. Randomly, 2 weird tulips. I don't know, this woman did weird things when she would buy, I think, 50 bulbs, and she would plant 2 here, 2 there, 2 in another place. Well, I can't find them until randomly, every once in a while, they'll pop up. And then by the time the season is over and I should replant them, I've forgotten where they are. All of that crazy stuff in the back there that looks like brambles is brambles. That is a huge rose that very shortly will be filling out. And over here is more phlox, ferns. This whole area fills up with ferns. And then I love this rock. This is one of my favorite areas in the yard. This little pile of rocks right there with the phlox that comes up on top of it. It's really pretty. There's a wild bleeding heart. More phlox. Strawberries. Who knows? All sorts of stuff over here. A lot of the daffodils have passed. More phlox. Oh, the girls are following me as I walk around. Look at them. You can see them all. Hi, girls. What are you guys up to? You just following Mom? Aren't they funny? Here's more of that vinca ground cover, the vinca blue. Vinca bowls, actually. This is our seating area. Back here, I've only raked out part of it. I'm kind of tired of raking. I raked for about an hour and a half last weekend and broke myself. There's a columbine. The daffodils have passed. Got some hosta and some lily of the valley. And then over here, we have more columbine. And another big one. Poet daffodils. More phlox. More poet daffodils. These will be lilies and all sorts of things. More poet daffodils. There's a rose here. And I can't remember off the top of my head what exactly it is that's called. I think it starts with an L. But every year I rip it out back to about what you see, which isn't much. And every year, by the end of the year, this entire dirt area will be filled in with it. Back there is my tower that I have to, I don't even know if you can see it. It's like right there. I have to pick that up. Yeah, that's another rose right there. And a huge rhododendron. So that is that part of the garden. Let me walk you around to the front. And these are just all daffodils and random flowers. That little dude in the cage is a cherry tree. This is juniper eventually. This is all getting ripped out. I can't stand it. Drives me nuts. It makes a mess. Holds onto leaves everywhere. Over here we have the hydrangea, a peony, another peony back there. This is a lungwort my dad gave me. There's a stilby over there under the tree that are just starting to come up. Some more phlox over here. Then we have more poet daffodils. This is actually a white hosta that only stays white if it is in deep shade. So that will get a little bit green, but still, it's interesting. Another lungwort. This is a smoke bush. Oh, Lloyd is meowing at me. What is it, baby? What? Can you guys hear him? He's up on the window. Yeah? What is it, sweet boy? Over here we have some chimes. There's some thyme. There's an elephant ear. Hosta in the back. Another peony. More hostas. You can see the azalea has passed. Let's come say hi to Lloyd for a second. Hi, baby. What's the matter, sweet boy? What is it, sweet baby? Hi. What? Oh, now that I'm here, you're not going to be meowing? Oh, and there's Harry. Hi, sweet baby. Pretty boys. Yeah? Okay, I'll be in soon. I will. I promise. I'll come in. Okay. I'll walk you out to see the last garden. Well, it's not the last garden, but it's the last garden I'm going to walk to today. There's one over there. All the phlox is starting to pass. But over here we have this kind of round thing. I showed it to you guys last time, and there were a couple little hyacinths or whatever, but all the daffodils are coming in. They've passed, but you know, the fronds are up, the leaves are up, and the hostas are starting to come in, and within a few weeks this thing will be completely full of hosta. So I hear you. And then, oh, there's my spinner. Spinning like crazy. Nice breeze today. It's like 84 degrees, 85 degrees. So we went from spring to summer. And by spring, I mean late winter to summer in what seemed like a blink of an eye. So, all right, guys, that's the yard right now. I hope you enjoyed it.